Hello everybody, welcome back to Art Symbol Studios. We are going to do the review on Liquitex Acrylic Gouache today. I have a set of 12. It has a safety stamp on it, so shouldn't be any offensive pigments in here. On the other side it says it's made in France, and there's a little bit on the box about the paints themselves. It says, meet acrylic gouache, the most highly pigmented of all our paints, with the solid flat matte finish, intense colors, no brush strokes, no cracking, and no need to dilute. It has all the qualities of conventional gouache with the permanent stability and durability of an acrylic. This set brings together a selection of core colors to help you build your base palette. So let's see what it looks like inside. I already opened them and I've actually used them for a few projects already. Let's look at the individual bottles. So there's 22 ml in here. It has the name of the color on the bottle. It has pigment information, series, opacity, and light fastness. I already made the swatches. This is what they look like. All of the colors that come with it. So right off the bat, I really like the black one, burnt sienna, and the purple. The green, I don't like the color itself, but it's opaque, so I like the opaque colors. But a lot of these colors are not that opaque, even though on the bottles it will say that they are. So for example, this one, yellow oxide, this says it's opaque. I mean, I have it on here just so you can see that it really does say that. But it's semi-opaque, it's not opaque, I can see the line. And it's not like I've put on a watered down paint here. It all were the same, and they're just not that opaque. Let's see how they compare to some of the other acrylic gouache that I have. So I have the black and white has a black, so we can see how different brands look on different surfaces, or the colors, and how do they compare. So we're gonna look at the Liquitex, at the Sennelier matte, and I also have the Turner acrylic gouache. Let's start with the Liquitex. They have those little nozzles. They're very convenient. The bottles and the packaging is really nice. It's thicker than I expected, so it's not dripping when you try to get it out of the bottles. This is our Liquitex. And I just have a little bit of water on a brush just to help it spread more than anything. Let's see how this sits next to the Sennelier. So this looks a little bit almost like more bleached, but it's not. We'll see how it dries. We'll see how it dries. I don't know if it seems that Sennelier's matte is a little bit more opaque on white. And let's see what the Turner looks like. It seems more opaque on the white. We're also gonna see how they dry and what are the finishes that they produce. So let's look at the black, just so it's kind of, this is how they look side by side. And then we'll do some of the primary colors as well. So this is our Liquitex. I think I have too much water on my brush. I'm gonna add a little more because I think it just, because I know it looks better on the white. Yeah, it's very covering. And then we have the Sennelier. And then we have the Turner. So they're still not dry, but I think we can see that on a white, Turner looked a lot better, actually, than both. And then I see the color difference. I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but on Liquitex, the white is kind of almost, I don't know, let's put another coat just to see. Because I'm seeing it's like, it has this not as bleached, kind of a creamy undertone for some reason. So this is already second coat for this white. I don't know. I want to see how it all dries. So I have the primary yellow. And I don't know if I found the matches that are all exactly the same, but I tried to stay pretty close. So we have primary yellow on Liquitex. It's not very opaque. And I have the primary yellow from Sennelier. It looks more opaque. And the Turner. So I don't like how yellow looks on the black. I think opacity wise, they're probably comparable between these different brands. But again, the Turner looks like it just has more punch. Let's see what red looks like. So this one is also primary red on Liquitex. Huge blob. It's not like you can put this back in. So this is on Liquitex. And the primary red from the Sennelier. Colors are a little bit different. I think Sennelier is even more transparent on the red. And Turner. It says it's permanent thread. I think this is what it's for. But the colors looked similar. It's definitely more opaque. And do you see how this one dried kind of dull for some reason. That's the Sennelier. And primary blue. I think the blues are gonna be all over the place. So this is Liquitex. Sennelier. Liquitex is a lot lighter. Although this says primary blue as well. And the Turner. And this one is sky blue from Turner, but it looked somewhat similar. So let's let them dry and look at them when they dry. They're not like completely dry yet, but they're mostly dry. So I'd skip the white. It dried, there are better whites. Look at this white. Go with Turner for the white. It's not very opaque and it's kind of, I don't know if I can pick this up on a camera, but I'll tell you what I see. When you have like more thicker streaks of color and it's not completely this flat wash, it dries when you have those ridges. It doesn't dry, the ridges don't dry matte. They're not glossy, but they're just not matte. They're a little bit kind of slick. And I see, not all the colors do that. I see that with the white, and I think I see it with the blue. And again, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but where you have those little kind of blobs, they're not flat when they dry. I can still see a little bit of the sheen. And if you compare it with Turner, so actually, like, let's look at, if you look at Liquitex and Sennelier, the finish is similar between those two. They also look pretty similar on the pigment and opacity. In some case, like this blue on Sennelier is actually more transparent, but they're kind of similar in the finish between the Liquitex and the Sennelier. For the Turner, it dries completely different, and I don't know if you can see that on the camera at all, but if I look at, this is a little bit of a different black, but you can see it really well on this. It's flat when it's dry, but this is velvety. It's not just flat, it's really, when I look at it, it looks velvety, but the other two brands don't. It's just flat. Let's see how they blend, just kind of see what kind of colors we can get. And these are really nice paints. They're just not as opaque as Turner, and like between Sennelier and Liquitex, it's the same finish, so you're not really getting that much different of a paint. There you are. So I just want to, I think my water needs to be changed. So let's see what kind of green we can get. Kind of a, nice little green. So they blended really well. Let's see if I do the purple. I think my red needs to be a little bit cooler. It's kind of a warm reddish purple. No, I'm getting a nice purple. You're gonna get black? Do you want a black? Or should we add? Maybe we can add it in the green. Get the brown. I want to add the green to get the black, but that's okay. We already have the black. I'm sure we can mix it if we really wanted to, but it mixed actually a really nice purple. It's kind of more on the transparent side because both of the colors are transparent. And since this one is opaque, so you can definitely mix the transparent purple if you wanted to. The green mixed in, oh, look at the brown that we got here. The brown turned out really good too. So these are really nice paints. They're packed with pigments. They are brilliant, they look really good, they're vibrant. They're just not as opaque, and they don't dry to the velvety finish. We talked about the good. What about some of the other aspects? So the full line has 50 colors with a few introductory sets available. They come in 59 ml bottles and 2 sets available with 22 ml bottles, with the price of $9 to $12 roughly per bottle. And this is on sale on the Blick website right now. I couldn't find any single 22 ml bottles for sale. I think those are just available in sets. So just for the comparison, Sennelier, that's very comparable to this brand, I think, the way that the paint is performing. That has 35 colors, but they come in 60 ml pouches for $3.27 each, and those I only found on Jerry's. So has less colors, it's a lot cheaper than Liquitex, but the packaging is not that good. With this paint, you got to remember you need multiple coats. It works better for blending when you blend wet on wet. I don't know what is up with this formula, but when you try to blend something on top of the dry layer, it kind of repels and going into the wrong direction and just doesn't work really well at all. Skip the white, it's just too weak and there are way better whites than this one. Also, if you want a consistent flat finish, depending on the colors you used in your painting, you may need a coat of the matte medium on top. The character, by the way, is for my book illustration, and it turned out way too cute than it was supposed to. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, love to all, and have a great day.